very special broadcast. And of course, we must pray. And prayer we must this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven because Chuks Biama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations and the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile Chuks Biama bụ onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke niile etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na otuto na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much. And remember, please share the video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Share it to people. Let them know what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria and the problem that the indigenous people are facing. That is why we are coming on a daily basis to speak about these issues. You have to join. Add your opinion. Use your own platform to speak up. You have a role to play. I have a role to play. We all have a role to play. Every indigenous person in the contraption called Nigeria have a role to play. Don't be silent. Don't be silent. The war is not just against the Biafrans. It's not just against the Oduduwan. It's not just against the Middle Belters. It is against every indigenous tribe in the continent called Nigeria. And the only single enemy we have is the Fulani Janjaweed. They have sworn that we will not leave. Even when we have given them a landing space, they are foreigners. We gave them a landing space, but they want to take our land by force. We will not allow them. We will not allow them. It doesn't matter the lie they are bringing, the propaganda they are bringing, we won't allow them. But as a black person, we have to wake up and open our brain. Most of the time, black people are so selfish and so self-centered. That is why we are in the problem that we are today, in the contraption called Nigeria. You can remember that when this issue of this overtaking of the lands, this very occupation of land by Janjaweed started, it started from Southern Kaduna. People were going about their businesses because it doesn't concern them, because it is not your people, because it is not your tribe, it's not your religion, you don't care. It came down to Jos, Plateau State. They were killing people, taking their land. People were going about their businesses. Instead of protesting and speaking up, they never did. People were walking away, doing their normal things as if nothing is happening. They came down to Benue State. They were killing Benue people and taking their properties and killing people on daily basis, even claiming responsibility. The country was not outraged. They were going around. We saw Benue people burying their people on daily basis in numbers. People were still going around. They couldn't protest. They folded their hand because it's not your own state, because it is not your own people, it's not your own brother, it's not your own sister, you don't care. That is how selfish a black man can be. And today, that very thing we are all running away from have now taken over the whole Nigeria. Everybody is facing that problem. Everybody is crying today. Everybody is sharing tears. And the war has come. The war is not just against the Biafra, not just against the Oduduwa, not just against the Militants, but against every indigenous tribe. The Fulani Janjaweed are not joking. They are ready to take out anybody that will stop them. You can see everything that was brought on board, they reject it. Everything that was brought on board to make peace, they reject it. All they want is to take our land by force. And they are doing it by all means possible. They have occupied lands in the southwest. And today, some people, some of our Oduduwa brothers and sisters are in the Republic as refugees. The southeast is still firm and standing firm because of ESN that Asorock Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have established. They are so scared of that area. They were not able to take a land. And our Asorock Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have promised them that they can never take an inch of Biafra land. It's a promise, and they will never take it. Because Chuks is with the Biafrans. Chuks have already known what was coming, and he gave us our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to start on time and begin to plan. That is our safety. That is why we are safe. You can see today, everybody have woken up and speaking on a loud voice. Finally, they have realized their mistake. That message that Asorock Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been preaching for a very long time, today, that message have been in the mouth of everybody. And that person that is speaking up for you and I, they finally went to Kenya and kidnapped him from Kenya and sent him to Nigeria through extradition. And they want to place him in the court to judge him. When he has committed no offense, look at the flimsy offenses they are bringing upon him. The charges they are bringing against him, none of them is holding water. They said it's 7 charges. 5 charges in the past couldn't hold water. That was why they wanted to kill him. They were not patient to be disgraced in court. They sent people to go and kill him in his home. So those 5 charges are dead already. They brought 2 more. The 2 charges they brought this time around, they say that he insulted the president. How can insulting the president make you to go and kidnap somebody from Kenya and send him to Nigeria through extraordinary edition? No president in the world has not been insulted. No president has been insulted the way they insult Trump. Even in Britain, their own president was thrown stone. In France, their president was slapped. Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan was attacked several times. People were not jailed, people were not killed. But you went and kidnapped Asorock Mazi Kanu simply because you feel that your president was being insulted. That wasn't enough. They called him a terrorist. Somebody you call a terrorist is moving around the whole world, traveling the whole world. Nobody stopped him. And he has branches all over the world. Members of IPOB are all part of the world. There's no part of the world you won't see them. They are everywhere. They are not molested. They are not criminals. They are not doing anything wrong. They are in important offices, adding value to countries where they are. And the funniest thing is that among all these charges, they could not be able to mention the accusation that Buhari is dead. I was thinking that saying that Buhari is dead was the one that they're going to put forward first. That is to show you that our Asorock Mazi Kanu is not joking. When he told you that Buhari is dead, actually Buhari is really dead. He is dead. If Buhari is not dead, that is the first charge they are supposed to place forward. Why did this man say that Buhari is dead? But because they know that Buhari is dead and they cannot be able to prove that he's alive, they cannot face Asorock Mazi Kanu face to face in court to prove that Buhari is alive. They never mention anything that has to do with that. This is something that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done a full program on. And he speaks about it on daily basis. Not just insulting that Buhari is dead. Buhari is dead. He proved it, made so many broadcasts to prove that he is dead. They denied it, still using an imposter in Asorock. Up to today, they are still using that imposter. And now, on reading charges, they were not even bold enough to mention that Buhari is dead among the charges. What does that tell you? The man in Asorock is not Buhari. He is dead. The person in Asorock is dead. But because of the mentality of a black man, the way we are, the way we reason, we cannot stand up for what is right. Nigeria is supposed to be outraged now to ask. They ask themselves question, why is it that the federal government did not mention the issue of Buhari is dead on those charges? Why? Why didn't the federal government mention Buhari is dead in those charges they brought against Asorock Mazi Kanu? They were mentioning insult. But he didn't mention the most important thing in it, that he insulted, he said the president is dead. That accusation against that nation, he didn't mention it. What does that tell you? Buhari is actually dead. But black people, because of their selfishness and self-centered, they cannot pursue that which will favor others. Because they are not the ones saying it. Because it doesn't concern them. Because they feel that their bills are being paid. Because it is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nobody wants to support that very statement. It is a shame. That is how disgraceful and how shameful the black race are behaving. More especially Nigerians. How disgraceful the Nigerian attitude are. You can see somebody who is a British. A British is protesting for Biafra. A British protesting for Biafra in Britain, calling out their government. He is not a Biafran. He is not black. He doesn't have any relation. But he came out to speak up for Biafrans because he knows what is right. That is what white people do. That is the difference between we and them. They are not perfect, but in some cases, they don't keep silent. They will speak, even if it concerns them or it doesn't concern them. Listen to this British man protesting for Biafrans.
Million Biafrans were slaughtered and starved to death from the British government, because that's who did it. The British government starved over 3 million children between 1967 and 1970. And you sit behind them doors and you know what's going on. Exactly the same is going on now to innocent people, but you're covering all up because you don't want the normal average person to know what's going on. Children are being murdered. Mothers are being raped every single day in southeast Nigeria, and you keep quiet. Catriona Lang, the High Commissioner in Abuja, doesn't give a damn. She continues to have meetings with the Fulani regime that is killing its people. You don't give a damn. You don't give a damn about innocent people killed every single day. And yet one person who tries to free his people is held in detention illegally. He's a British citizen. A British citizen. Why do we not hear about that? I thought we cared about British people. You don't give a damn. You don't give a damn because money is everything. Money and power is everything. People talk about third world governments being corrupt. This government is the most corrupt government on earth. Yes. The most corrupt government on earth. Yes. And everybody across the road there waiting to see 10 Downing Street. Why do you want to see 10 Downing Street? Why do you want to see 10 Downing Street? That holds the most corrupt people on earth. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That should be one of your main priorities. Free your citizen. Because at the moment you are doing nothing at all. And we have had enough of this. All hail Biafra.
That is the situation. I expect every Nigerian to speak up for Asorock Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he is innocent. He is innocent of all charges. I expect every Nigerian to speak up for him and ask for his unconditional release. The only man I can see speaking boldly that came out even in the court to speak was Showore. Omoyole Showore. I applaud him and I thank him very much, and I say may Chuks continue to guide and protect him. He is playing his own role. You might like the way he's fighting for his own freedom. You might not like the way he's fighting. He's doing what he feels is right. And just as Asorock Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have always said, if you know the way you can do it to actualize that which is right, do it. If you feel my own method is not good, follow your own method. Showore is following his own method. And he is not demonizing Asorock Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You can see him pushing his own method. And he was in the court, speaking up for what is right. Most of you must have seen him in court. And I'm going to play a brief video of Showore presence in the court.
We are engaging in this country. This is what should be understood clearly and unambiguously. So I just want you guys to know why we are still here and why this might drag on a little bit. They may not be happy about what we are doing, but they are not meant to be happy when they are oppressing a majority of their countrymen and women, when they are protecting regimes that are bringing about hardship, hunger, oppression, and the suppression of voices who are asking simple, fundamental questions of nationhood. If they are questioning and attacking people who ask that their dignities be preserved, or in cases where they have lost their dignities, that they be preserved or restored. That is all we are asking for in this country called Nigeria. But we are not the first set of people who have found ourselves in this situation and asked difficult questions. People before us have asked these questions and have suffered same fate. Probably you guys are aware that Martin Luther King Jr. when he was doing a book signing at a bookshop in Harlem, was stabbed close to his heart by someone they called a deranged woman. He almost died. But he survived it at that point. Eventually, the state had to move him. What you are seeing here is a mixture of cocktail of strategies used by the Nigerian state and other rogue states before it, and those ones are in existence now, to suppress people who do not allow them to carry out large-scale oppression and suppression of voices in their country.
That is what every Nigerian is supposed to do. Every well-meaning Nigerian is supposed to be in the court to stand up for what is right and ask for the unconditional release of Asorock Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he has not committed any crime. But as black people, being what they are, selfish, self-centered, they care about themselves alone. They don't even care about their unborn children. They keep silent as if it is all well. But we will not stop. We will continue. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. Our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally, and there will be no election in Anambra State. We will continue to add civil disobedience to everything we do until our Supreme Leader Mazi Kanu is being released. The sit at home has not stopped. If you think by flashing our Supreme Leader Kanu in court that you will douse the tension, you have just raised alarm. You have just raised the tension. Every Biafran, this is the time for you to fight more than you have ever done. Speak out more than you have ever done. As you have seen the Lion of Biafra in the court, this is the time for you to speak up and ask for his unconditional release for him to accomplish the mission which Chuks have sent him. May Chuks continue to guide and protect Asorock Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chuks continue to direct Asorock Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chuks continue to strengthen him, give him good health, give him life, give him prosperity, bring him back to us very, very soon, so that we can walk into Biafra with our head lifted high. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from, and remember, bye-bye. See you again on the next video.